Hello, fellow Baccarat players, and welcome to the new Smart Money Group 3-tier banker strategy system, or a triple martingale process. Now, Baccarat players can now take over the house edge by only betting on banker for the first 3 hands of each shoe, new shoes only, on a hit and run and a slight edge, as you well know, over a player bet. Now, this is how it works. New shoes only. You will only see 3 players in a row in the beginning of each shoe about 70% of the time. It is also a mathematical fact that about 83% of the first 3 hands dealt from the new shoe will show at least one banker win. So if you are placing a bet of $10, for example, and martingale, your total out-of-pocket investment will be $70 if you lose all 3 bets in a row. That computes to 70%. However, if you win just one banker bet out of the 3, that computes to 75%, thus gaining about a 5% edge in the long term over the casino, which, as you well know, is pretty huge in this industry. Now, the secret sauce is if you do lose your first 3 banker bets, which is rare, simply find a new shoe and repeat the 3 banker betting process, looking for only one win. Again, as your second tier strategy, starting your betting at the 4th, 5th, and 6th martingale wager levels. If necessary, if you lose all those, repeat the 3rd tier with the 7th and 8th bet for your 3rd tier. Because of the 3rd tier on a brand new shoe, you're gaining a bit more edge and a better chance of winning, and here's why. In the beginning of each shoe, there are 128 cards valued at 0, less the cut card, which is an advantage to the Baccarat players. 32 tens, 32 jacks, queens, and kings. So the total is 128 cards that hold a 0 value. This strategy is a clear advantage for the Baccarat player because a 0 value card benefits the Baccarat player, thus using the 3-tier banking strategy. Now, here's how it breaks down. Tier 1 is $10, $20, and $40. If you lose, that's a $70 loss. Go to the next tier, which would be Tier 2. $80 on banker, $160, then $320. That's a $560 total wager. If you lose that, which is very rare, go to the 3rd tier and final tier. Now, here is the demonstration. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, this is our simulator, and what I'm showing you now is the results board. So as you can see, on May the 1st, which is today, and we had some sessions yesterday as well, we actually played 30 shoes. Just want to show you this. And out of the 30 shoes that we played, or we'll call them sessions, only 2 of those sessions went to the 2nd tier, which we won both of them, and none of the sessions went to the 3rd tier. So that's the type of numbers we're looking for. So now let's start a new shoe and let's step through this. And our goal is to win 5 units. Now, the units can be of any value, could be $1 units, $5 units, $25, $50, $100, whatever you're comfortable with, and it's based on the type of bankroll that you currently have. So if you've got a $10,000 bankroll, well, I would recommend using a $100 chip as a unit. But for this purpose today, we're going to use $10. This is a perfect system for the low roller that wants to play online. Watch where you're playing online, be very careful, and for brick and mortar. So today we'll use a $10 chip. Okay, so let's step through this process. So again, this is the 3-tier system. We're going to bet $10 on banker. Always bet banker. It's a very simple rule. Never bet anything but banker. You can't forget that. So trick is we just want to get out with one win. It's a hit and run and go find a new shoe. So let's deal. Okay, so we did win on our very first hand. At this point, I'm going to record this for archiving purposes, and I'm going to go run and find a new shoe. Most of the casinos, at least in our area, have many tables. For instance, we're close to the Commerce Casino and the Bicycle Club, and they have over 100 baccarat tables to choose from, mostly non-commission, some commission. Remember, if you're playing on a non-commission table and you're betting banker here, every time there's a 3-card 7 that shows, that's called a dragon side bet win. You do not win your banker bet. It's basically a push or a tie. That's the effect it has. So always remember, if you're betting a lot of money on the banker bet, it's always a good idea on a non-commission table to back that banker bet up with a dragon bet, maybe $5 or $10 bet, just in case. Okay, here's our next $10 bet on banker, and that's a player bet win. Let's bet another $20. That's the next in progression, and that's a player win. And now the next bet would be $40 on banker, and that's a player win. Now what you do is you go to a new shoe, and we're going to start betting at $80 on a new shoe. Again, all banker bets. So this is going to be an $80 bet on banker. We're in the second tier. And that's a player win. Next bet is $160 on banker. Still in the second tier. $160 on banker. That's a player win. And the next is going to be a $320 bet on banker. And banker won. So we'll record that. That was a second tier win. That gets recorded for archiving purposes. Okay, and we're going to go to a new shoe, and it's going to be a $10 banker bet. And we won that one pretty quickly. So let's record that into archive. Now our goal is for 5 units. Let's see how we feel. Maybe we'll go to 10 units, depending on the outcome. And let's check our results board. Okay, so we've played 3 sessions, and we've won all 3 sessions. So let's start our 4th session now. And let's go to a new shoe. Okay, here's our new shoe. We have our $10 bet on banker. And that's a player win, $20 on banker. And that's a banker win. Let's record that. That's our 4th win. And as you see, as this goes, it's very, very difficult for the house to win all 3 tiers. Okay, let's start a new shoe. Another $10 bet on banker, always banker. And banker wins again. That's our 5th win. We hit our goal extremely quickly. So we're going to go up to 10 wins. How's that sound? Let's go for 10 wins. Let's play our new shoe. And we found another table. And we're going to bet $10 again on banker. And that's a tie. So we'll rebet. And banker wins. So let's archive that guy as well. So far we're 6 out of 6. Only went to the second tier once, which is about right. Okay, let's go to a new shoe. Okay, get our $10 bet going on banker. And that's a player win. So that's $20 on banker. Next bet. And that's a player win. And now we go to $40 on banker, still on our first tier. And banker wins. So we won that in the first tier. We'll finish that and we'll archive that as well so we can count how many shoes or sessions we've won. Let's go to a new shoe. And it's going to be again $10 on banker. And that's a player win, $20 on banker. And that's a banker win. So let's archive that. And we'll go back to the results board and see exactly where we are. I believe we're close to our second goal of 10 units. And we're at 8, so let's win 2 more. And it's difficult winning units, so this is pretty easy. $10 on banker. Again. And banker again. Let's archive that guy. So this is going to be our 10th, coming up, our 10th shoe. Only went to the second tier once. Okay, and that would be great. Okay, $10 on banker, and it's a player win. $20 on banker, and banker won. And I want to give you another statistic here as well. Because you're starting at a new shoe all the time, recall how many zero valued cards there are in the 8 shoes. There's 128. So the more you have in the shoe available to you as zero value, the better odds you have of hitting a banker bet. The banker has a slight advantage anyway over the player, as you well know. Let's go back to the board, and sure enough, we've won 10 in a row, and only once we were in the second tier. So folks, that's 90% of the time you're not going to go into the second tier. Okay, we went once into the second tier out of 10. So this is what you can expect. So for my money, for the casino to beat me going through all 3 tiers is extremely unlikely. All right, that's my opinion. And now we play this a lot. We play the system a lot. We've never lost and never came close to losing. And again, it's the strength of the new shoe that's part of it. The advantage the banker bet has over the player bet is another indication of why you want to play this system. All right. So I want to thank you very much for watching this demonstration. 90% in the first tier. Great. Have a nice day and win some money.